All right, so I think I left off with the do not consent. Look, guys, very important. Do not consent, do not comply. Uh, there's so much AI around here now. There's so much fucking shit going on. I suggest you just try it for yourselves in your healing. I just say it to myself in my head. I'll say it out loud if I feel it's necessary. But if I feel something coming on me, if I feel something weird all of a sudden, if I feel like my situation changing around me, and guys, this is a lot harder to recognize if you're constantly like out and about socializing or, caught up in entertainment or breads and circuses. But to notice and realize, like, if all of a sudden your energy's drained for no reason during the day, if all of a sudden you're just like, just different things. But try that. I do not consent. I do not comply. I do not consent. And I mean, I get as wild as I want with it because I can feel it working. And I'll yell. I'll be like, motherfucker, I don't fucking consent. I don't fucking comply to nothing. Leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious about it because, again, this all comes back to how powerful we are, guys. We are extremely powerful. You think about it. I think about it all the time. I'm like, okay, they tell us we use 5% of our brains. What if we only use 1%? How the fuck do I trust these motherfuckers to tell me how much percentage of my brain I'm using? But again, just the fact that we're able to do all these things at certain times, but most of the time we're not, we're being held back. We are being completely held back and held down. Your soul is being crushed. Again, when I say we're powerful, it does not mean, we're going to sit there like a fucking Power Ranger and blow up these people. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we can't even, like, their system is completely unnatural. That's why we're so sick. That's why we're having such a hard time, because their system is completely unnatural, completely toxic in every way to us. And they get us to consent by this cognitive dissonance. Again, by just even operating in this society where at any given moment, they've already made a statement and told us, hey, motherfuckers, we're going to muzzle you and lock you in your fucking house and put some fucking poison in your veins if we want to. So just remember this shit, right? So just trying to operate in that kind of society, they are constantly getting you to give up part of yourself, to give up part of, what is that called? Concession, can't think of the word. I'm getting ready to go look at that job. I just got off the phone with my son. But I forgot I was supposed to make this video real quick. But so important. I do not consent. I do not comply. We are more powerful than we look. They put you guys on programs. They crush your soul from the day you're born. This other thing, look, we just get a little hint, right? Just a little hint of truth, or we get a little like push towards the right path, or a little nudge that, hey, you're going the wrong direction. Look how far we can go with our own critical thinking, guys, and putting shit together. Think of how powerful we are. We are surrounded in bamboozlement and bullshit, but yet we can sit here and with just a tiniest little bit of truth, the tiniest little bit of something that makes sense, and we can fucking figure this shit out. So, just don't forget how powerful you are. You know what I mean? They're using us. We're so powerful, they're using us. Without us, none of this shit would exist. Think about that. Whatever the fuck that means. But again, these are just thoughts, and it's okay to think. If anybody is telling you that you can't think, they go fuck themselves. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. The Christ path. Follow the Christ path, guys. Let go of this world. Let go of all the things of this world. Everything of this world. Well, Richard, what's of this world? Everything. Except for you and another human. That's it. But yeah, I do not consent. I do not comply. I do not consent. I do not comply. I do not consent. I do not comply. And get creative with it. However it's okay, guys. Do whatever you want with it. If it works for you and you see, oh shit, I can feel this work. I can feel that oppression come off me when I say that shit. I feel better. I feel that fucking fog lift whenever I say that shit. I get my energy back whenever I say that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, just that's one to try out for y'all. And don't forget, I can't express enough. Like, I don't even think we were meant to talk. Like, all of speech is casting spells. Speech is a spell. Like, be very careful what you're saying, And I know I say wrong shit all the time. I'm trying to fucking be more and more aware. Once I get away from this fucking YouTube, I really won't have that much to say. So that's another interesting aspect of the whole thing too, is the whole speech thing and how that just keeps us entrapped. And man, you guys, you got to be careful surfing this internet and going on your channels and your TV and your governments and just even reading what they're saying. I mean, everything's gematria. Everything's a fucking spell, guys. Everything is working against you to control you. Think of how powerful. The only reason you do that to something is because it's very powerful. That's all I can think. Why we're so powerful, how they trap powerful beings, I don't know. Again, I don't care. Oh, I was also talking to my son. I need to do another video on this, on my near-death experience. How much that, guys, that was 20 years ago that happened. And especially being a Christian and for it to happen that you would have but no, you would have thought that, I'm not finishing my thoughts. You would have thought that, or at least I would have thought that would have been a big experience, like a life-changing experience for me, seeing God and going to heaven and seeing his angels, right? But it never was, and it always felt off. Something never felt right until I was able to heal and get some of this blinders off and some of these programs lifted and broken and these walls broken down. And now it became perfectly clear in my conversation with my son what happened and why the fuck they got me back in my body so quick. So yeah, I need to do another one on that because that's quite interesting. Me and my son broke that down just now. And that's amazing. I mean, that just from critical thinking and breaking programs and being able to think freely without the boundaries of programs. Say hi, buddy. But yeah, man. So I'm getting ready to go do that. Take a look at that leak over there. The wind's blowing like crazy today. The temperature's like 30 degrees less than what it was yesterday. Yeah. And then I pick Aiden up, my son, so I'll be figuring out what the hell's going on with that too here in a few hours. So yeah, just being patient, biding my time, feeling better, feeling lighter, feeling like I've healed a lot.